Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Real Salt Lake versus Atlas FC in the Leagues Cup Showcase 2022, the final match of the showcase. MLS is up 3-1 right now over Liga MX. Can Real Salt Lake make it 4 for 1 or 4-2-1? 4 out of 5. Can they? We'll find out. Should be a very good match tonight in Salt Lake, Sandy, Utah. Should be a very good match. And, well, I don't know if it'll be a good match, but I'm sure it'll have its moments. I'm sure. But, with that being said, lineups are as follows, of course. For Real Salt Lake, the home side in goal, Tomas Gomez. The back four, Eric Holt, Nick Beasler, Aaron Herrera, and Andrew Brody. Bodie Hidalgo, Scott Caldwell, Pablo Ruiz, and Jasper Lofelsen in the midfield. Front two, Justin Miram and Danny Musovski, who I'm surprised he's playing for RSL. I missed that. I think it probably happened in the summer, but I missed it. I'll admit it. And for Atlas, also in a 4-4-2, or at least that's not what TUDNA says, but 4. Atlas in goal, we have Hernandez. The back four, Luis Reyes, Hector Nervo, Aguirre, and Barbosa. The midfielders, Herrera, Zaldivar, Ortega, and Anibal Shala. And the front two, Osejo and Jeremy Marquez. We're being a bit too nice here. I say a 0-0 or 1-1 draw after 90. That'll be the result. And I'll say probably a very boring 0-0 or 1-1 draw, and Real Salt Lake wins in penalties because I think they have the better team right on the night, right now. They have the better team because Atlas has rotated their team heavily, and Atlas are just horrible this year. They're already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, even if they can win. Even if they win on the weekend or their final game, they're out. They're out. I hope it's better than I expect. But I'll say the Leagues Cup Showcase ain't going out with a bang, that's for sure. Boring 0-0 or 1-1 draw with a penalty shootout win for RSL. That's where I'm going with it. And let's just remember, I was almost on the money last night with Nashville and America, so we'll find out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is true. It could be boring too. We'll see. No, Atlas is more like TFC last season. As in, they're more like last year's TFC. Or, if we're being more honest, the 2018 TFC. Performance-wise, like last year's. Situation-wise, like 2018. We'll put it like that. But I don't hate to see it at all. I hope they get better before CONCACAF Champions League. No. No. They'll probably have a better Clausura, that is for sure. But, we finally made CONCACAF Champions League. Then you get skull dragged. Bicampeonato, my ass. I didn't know about that. How'd it go? Match is about to start. Atlas is walking out wearing their gold kits from last week when they got rightfully or smashed by NYCFC. This isn't even a cup match, and they're wearing them. Weird. Against RSL of all team. All right. I could have sworn they had a regular red and white jersey with white trim during Campeón de Campeones. So, no, we don't. Amazing players, yes. World-class coach, hell no. Hell no. But hey, at least TFC 2 are in the MLS Next Pro playoffs, and I'll be live for that on Saturday. And also Qatar Canada's friendly tomorrow. I'll be up, don't worry. Besides the Gamper Trophy, I've always made it work, so we'll be fine. With that being said, go and have some fun tonight. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Move on to the next. That's all you got to do. You did tell me about her, but I thought you meant today. Whatever. But, yeah. All you got to do is move on to the next. Things get better anyway. That's all you got to do. Seems like that's what you're doing anyway. So, have you been to a Cubs game? No. No. I haven't been to one in Chicago, and I don't think I've been to one when they played the Cardinals in Busch. Sadly, even when Marcus Stroman was pitching, I wasn't there. So that did not. This year, wanted to see Stroh pitch against the Cardinals, which he did at Busch. I was not there. So that sucks, but no, I have not. I think you're talking about at Wrigley, in Chicago. I've been to Chicago before, 2009, but I didn't go to a Cubs game. I wanted to, but I didn't. I think they were at home, though. We didn't even get nosebleeds, but I don't know. And then the White Sox, if that couldn't happen, kind of wanted to go to a White Sox game, but we didn't really want to go to the South Side. But if I ever go back to Chicago, I'll at least go to one, especially if the Blue Jays are playing it. USL, your field, yeah. Comiskey, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Herman made a comment about Canada for their camp ahead of the World Cup. He said there's positivity, but there's also stuff that keeps them up at night. What are your thoughts on all that? I don't have a problem with what he said because it's the World Cup. Of course you're preparing for the World Cup, and of course as a coach there's going to be things that keep you up all night. It's probably just something that it's just that it's getting real. I don't think he meant anything bad about that. It's just that he's saying, it's getting real, you know? And there are some situations where that maybe it's not the best situation for Canada. Lineups are as follows for Real Salt Lake in goal: Gomez, the back three, Beasler, Holt, and Herrera. The midfield four, Brody, Ruiz, Caldwell, and Hidalgo. The front three, Lofelsend, Musovski, and Miram. I agree with that. But for me, I don't think Herdman said anything that's really alarming there. Of course, the CBA and the fact that it's getting real could keep him up at night, but I don't think, of course, the Oso and Atiba situations as well, but have no problem with what he said. It makes sense. And Corey Dickerson, I think, is the referee. Hernandez in goal, Shala, Reyes, Nervo, Aguirre, Barbosa, the back five, Ortega, Zaldivar, Marquez, Osejo, and Herrera, the front two. C. Dickerson. Could it be another? Referee is Dickerson. Hold on, let me check. I could have sworn he shares the name of that baseball player. Maybe it's Chad. I don't know. It's one of the two. I don't give a shit. Pro referees suck anyway. Where is it? And we're about to kick off. Playing forward. And here we go. We've kicked off. Nope. I don't even know. Yeah, I made those wrong. I took Salt Lake 0-0 first half. Is it a good bet? I would say yes. Atlas isn't good right now. Real Salt Lake has put out a somewhat good lineup, but they've still been fraudulent since June. I think it'll be safe with that bet for the first half. I think it's not a bad bet. If it doesn't go the way you want it to, don't get mad at it, but I think it's a very okay bet. And Pablo didn't learn his lesson from him punting the game versus Austin's going to bite him in the butt in the end, I feel. I may not be here for the TFC2 game because I'm going to go to Six Flags. Hey, if Six Flags is better for you than TFC2 and MLS Next Pro playoffs, do what you got to do. I don't hold it. Header away, over the bar. That'll be a goal kick. Salt Lake have been fraud since June, slipping very quickly and fast. Agree with that. They got a free win against Minnesota and Heath rotating his squad. Yep. Imagine if Bobby Bacala was the USMNT's coach instead of Berhalter. The U.S. probably wouldn't even have qualified for World Cup. I agree. Berhalter is better. I agree with that. Between the two. Here's a corner for Atlas. Cross in. Cleared away. Another corner for Atlas. What's up, Ryan? Didn't even know this game was on. I knew. And I was going to cover it. It may not be worth it, but we'll find out. RSL in the white, Atlas in the red and black. Ball played in, cleared by RSL, but not far enough, or far enough, but still in danger. Still in danger. That's out for a throw for RSL. Two minutes in, and Atlas has already had 3 chances. RSL's worse than I expected them to be. Well, there you go. Here comes RSL. Here's an early chance. Musovski. No foul. That'll be a goal kick for Atlas. Former LAFC man, Denny Musovski. Actually a good run there. Yeah, that 0-0 first half bet may not have been. And that may not stand, actually. Not a bad idea, but it may not. The way it's been playing so far, 3 minutes in, somebody's going to score something. Probably because more of a backline mistake. But, could be very interesting, though. I don't think it's going to be like sheer greatness or a regular goal. It's probably going to be a backline mistake. Somebody sleeping or something. But Joe Dickerson, okay. His name is Joe. Why do I think his first name started with a C? That's my bad. Joe Dickerson. Thank you. Again, it's a pro referee. Why should I care? They are nameless, faceless minions to me. Let's be honest. There's no one great one out of the bunch or no 5 good ones out of the bunch. They're all nameless, faceless minions to me. NPCs. Why has nobody made an NPC meme making fun of pro referees? That'd be genius. If Leon hired Bobby Bacala as their coach, Leon would be even worse jobbers. Probably. But now they're just... That's what you should do. That's what you should do if things don't go. Things don't go the way you want them to, that's what you should do. What's up, Luke? Here comes RSL. 5th minute, 0-0. Settle. Atlas playing around the back. That was a horrible pass, but looks like RSL will be able to clear it. Or not. Dear God, they're horrible right now. Liga MX or MLS? Right now, MLS is better. They've won almost every head-to-head over the past 2 years. 3 of the 5 Leagues Cup matches with 1 to go. The CCL, the All-Star game, the past 2 years. All-Star Skills Challenge this year and last year they lost. But point is Campeones Cup 2 years in a row. MLS has won almost every Leagues Cup. Did go to Mexico last year. That is true. But still, that's an overwhelming number of head-to-heads gone MLS's way over the past year. So I'd say MLS. The gap is closed, if not been overtaken. But the gap has definitely been closed. I'll say that much. Yeah, yeah, you're definitely on the right train of thought there. Definitely. Little Rebel. He knows what's going down. He ain't getting fooled. I'd be worried if he seemed like he was about to get fooled. That'd be the problem. Then you could laugh. RSL going forward. I think MLS is slightly better than Liga MX. I would agree with that. RSL, seriously, this game, like both teams have just been absolute trash to the point where a mistake is almost got through. Like multiple mistakes have almost gotten through. Dear God. Oh, here's one header. Save. Big save by Hernandez. Oh, Bodie Hidalgo with a big header there. I thought that was about to be a goal. See what I'm saying? RSL. But a big header. Big save off the header by Hernandez. MLS better than EPL. Okay, that's taking it a bit too far. But corner kick for RSL. Justin Miram is going to take it. 9th minute. Cross in. Header. No, punched away. Shot. In through. That'll be another corner. Somebody's going to look horrible in this game. I don't know who. I don't know what side. Something is going to be a hat flick. No joke. There is going to be a hat flick in this game. There's bound to be. By that I mean misplay. The opposite of a web jam. You know what I'm saying. Another corner for RSL. Referee's going to give a talking to Aguirre, and now they can have that corner kick. I have a feeling that I can absolutely just own a hat flick or make fun of a hat flick in this match. Seriously. Header cleared. That this match has hat flick written all over it. Header. Oh. You sure that's not a penalty? All right. Yeah, okay. Nah, that's not the hat flick yet. It's got to be players screwing something up. Normally. They ain't going to give you a highlight of a referee screwing up. I wish that was true, but it's not. Tenth minute in. Stabilize the defense. Build off the absences, Savarino and Cordova. Oof. Play forward. Play forward. Nice run. 11th minute. Caldwell. No, wait. That's Hidalgo. Bodie Hidalgo. Badass name. Ruiz. From now on, there are going to be years where Liga MX is dominating MLS and MLS is dominating Liga MX, just like how it happens with the USA-Mexico rivalry. Yeah, for like the next 10, 15 years, I think that'll be the case. But at some point, MLS is going to absolutely surpass Mexico. I think it's going to end up, by the time I'm 35, 40, MLS is going to start dominating Mexico like Mexico used to dominate MLS. That's the writing's on the wall. But there are going to be years where Liga MX gets their groove back, and it seems like they're back. And then years that MLS strikes them back down and says, no, you don't. For like about the next 10 years, maybe 15. Favorite Premier League team? I have a liking for both Chelsea and Liverpool. That's sort of a thing. I love watching them both. Both seasons ain't really going well right now, but with the Todd Bowley shit, maybe I'll just completely drop Chelsea. That could be the truth. But I don't want to see Graham Potter as Chelsea manager. I don't like Graham Potter. So to me, when it comes to European football, I'd rather watch teams that I love the tactics of and the managers who enjoyed the managers' tactics. Chelsea always had managers where I like the tactics until now because Graham Potter's a fraud. So, I guess Chelsea. I'm more true CONCACAF. Like, when it comes to Europe, I like watching Europe. But there's teams I like and there's teams I don't like. But it's really about the tactics. Pretty much. That's a save there. Chelsea's going to suck dick under Graham Potter. Agreed. But we knew this already. I agree with that. The national teams will still be on the same level for generations. But the leagues, MLS is going to leave Liga MX in the dust at some point. But I think the national teams will stay pretty close. Which is why I think it's kind of stupid when MLS uses U.S. results as propaganda at the same time. Like, it should just be MLS teams against club Mexican teams. Which I seriously don't get that, because have you noticed, especially last year, when MLS did start to close the gap, they were using the Gold Cup result, the Nations League result, and the result in qualifying to push their narrative as well, plus the league results. Did you not notice that? Because they don't do it this year because there's not really any reason to, because they have 2 years of MLS versus Liga MX results to really run the agenda off of. But I think that's apples to oranges. You really can't compare national team football to league. You really can't. I don't think that's right too. Steelers and Browns playing. I think the Browns will end up winning. Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. You want to say it like the Portuguese. Yeah. 15th minute, 0-0, 0-0. First half has definitely had, both teams have had their moments. $15 minutes. That was a spin cycle. Oof. Got caught in the spin cycle. Jeez. They're using the goalkeeper as a center back. Their backup goalkeeper. I hope that bites you in the ass. They don't even do that with freaking Vargas. What? All right. No cap, Del Taco has better burgers than Jack in the Box and McDonald's combined. How does a taco place have better burgers? What? Explain to me how that makes any sense. Like, I'm going to go to a taco place for burgers. What? I could see why people call Americans burgers now. I can see it. Yep. Have you tried Del Taco like once? I only had like, it was only around me for like a couple of years when I was like young. Chips the keeper, goal! Goal, 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 Real Salt Lake! 1-0, what a chip! What a chip! From Herrera. Oh my word. Checks keeper and just bangs it in. What a chip. Aaron Herrera. Like, he was he even in midfield? No, he wasn't. He was behind midfield. Piss missile. A piss missile for the brand. Chips the keeper. Checks keeper and chips him way off his line. A piss missile for the brand. Aaron Herrera 1-0. What a banger. Okay. I don't know if that's a hat trick or not a hat flick. I don't know if that's a hat flick or a piss missile. No, that was cool. That was cool. In the 17th minute, 1-0, Uno Aceto, a piss missile for the brand. Over the bar. As I said, I don't have, this isn't 2007. I don't have a Del Taco near me. Maybe if I go to LA, maybe I will. Maybe. That goal just launched like a missile. Rebel, it's your time. My God, what a goal. Behind midfield, checks keeper and chips him. Oh, my. No. Hernandez, your career is over. Your career is over. It's over. Hang up the boots. It's over. Hang up the gloves and boots. Your career's over. Oh, my. That's beautiful. Would you take Prime Zlatan or Prime Robbie Keane on your team? Prime Zlatan. Easy. Exactly. That's why I'm saying. There's going to be moments that you're going to fight off the being left in the dust. But once you're left in the dust, it's over. That should be on the top 10 best goals in MLS or something on YouTube, or worst goalkeeper mistakes in soccer. I don't know where it goes, though. Is it a hat flick or was that awesome? I don't know where that goes. And besides, Rotloss says Dan 21. Did you see that banger of a goal? That chip, that piss missile for the brand. I chose those two because they both play like each other, but Zlatan is way better than Robbie Keane. Even now, but even in his prime. #21 minute. Atlas is up the creek without a paddle, and they just got owned in League's Cup Showcase. Beautiful. It's beautiful. That goal could be up for the Puskas Award. It should be. I believe it should, yes. Liga MX's really going down 0-3. Well, this week they haven't won a Leagues Cup match. If you add the LAFC and the LA Galaxy matches like from last month, it was 1-1, so 4-1 as it stands. Only a Medicup, but it was a penalty shootout. They didn't even win in regular time. Now you're using the right time to talk shit. There we go. Pumas have lost to one MLS team, and now Rotloss have lost to two MLS teams, so I'll say it now. El dinero se acabó, culero, and bicampeones. My fucking ass, that was Pumas' year. Yeah. Again, as I said, I remember watching the Pumas Atlas game Thanksgiving night in the living room, working on getting the clips for the best of reel. That play reminds me of Michael Bradley scoring Azteca if you watch the USA-Mexico game in 2017. No, but Michael Bradley was past midfield. That was more of a banger. That wasn't a chip. But I get what you're saying. I'd say that was better. Besides, 1-0 Real Salt Lake after a banger of a goal. Aaron Herrera was behind midfield, checks the keeper, and chips him from behind midfield in the defensive side of the pitch for RSL. It was like freaking piss missile. And I think Japan, USA tomorrow. Who do you have? I say USA 2-1. I say Japan. He did miss an amazing goal. I say Japan. I say Japan 2-1. It could be a draw, but I say Japan wins it slightly. I want Japan to win. I think they can win, but I got Japan winning. Hello, Dr. Negative. And I got Canada beating Qatar tomorrow. 2-0. Because Canada's better than Qatar because they were the third place team in the Gold Cup last year, and they've been better since then. And Qatar, well, and Canada's bringing their A team pretty much, so should be a win, I'd say. We'll find out. We'll have some fun with it. Yeah, there's no way I'll be able to watch USA, Japan, but I'll watch Canada. Okay, at least you saw the goal. If you're a Not Lost fan, you probably think that was a hat flick. If you're an RSL fan or anybody on the neutral side, that was a banger. Make that post of Atlas and at Randy and just edit yourself with a Pumas logo. Hey, Ryan, hope everything's going well. We'll watch more frequently come next season. Thanks for all you do during these tough times in the world and with our club, TFC. Just got to keep pushing on. That's what it is. No matter how tough the times are, you just got to keep pushing on. Because that's what MLS won't post that banger because it's not LAFC, probably not. But just got to keep pushing on. So Got to keep doing what I'm doing. Got to keep doing what we're doing. Well, not TFC, but just keep pushing on. So, doing what we got to do here. So, I'm glad you enjoy. Glad you're here. And it's just about pushing on. So, no problem. No problem. The one thing I hate about Mexico and USMNT is they both play to the level of their opponent. If they play against Jamaica, they play to the level of Jamaica. If they play against Germany, they play to the level of Germany. That is true. I will be live for MLS Next Pro playoffs, Toronto versus the Union at the very least. They probably should beat Union 2 and then play Crew 2, so at least have 2 games, if not all 3. And if they go to St. Louis, if it's St. Louis TFC 2 in the MLS Next Pro final, I'm going to be there. Hands down. I'm going to be there. '27th minute. I'm saying that now. Come hell or high water. If it's St. Louis 2 versus TFC 2, I'm going to be there for the MLS Next Pro Cup final. Come hell or high water, I'll be there. Just like Switzerland plays the level of their opponents, they lost to Qatar. Okay, how do you pull that one out of your ass, Switzerland? I thought you were better than that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Trey Lance is out for the year. The Tom Brady to San Francisco agenda is still able to roll. At least Pumas Una made it to the final of CCL. Randy's old username was CCL 2023 champions. My fucking ass. They won't win shit in their existence again. Yeah, the way they're playing now, if they keep going this way, they'll probably get knocked out by Real España. Oh, I told you. Real España can make a run, and if it was at the expense of Atlas, you ain't living that shit down. Or Randy won't. Cross in. Go! Oh, past the post. Ruiz puts it past the post. He almost made it 2-0 RSL. Actually, this game is way better than I expected it to be, I gotta say. This is fun. This is fun. It's a train wreck, but it's fun. This is an utter train wreck, but it's fun. And besides, Atlas is getting their shit rocked by RSL, the most fraudulent team since June. How you do that? This is a train wreck. Pumas would probably lose to Cincy since how Cincy is playing right now. Yeah, here's the thing though. Pumas didn't make CCL, and unless Cincy somehow wins MLS Cup, they're not going to CCL either. So maybe it Leagues Cup 2023, but I don't know if Cincy's going to sustain this good play. I don't know if they will. They probably will. I just can't get over Cincy being a good team, and I think Pumas will be better by next fall. So they should be fine. They should be fine. They should be fine. Just wide. Yeah, it's better than we thought. It's definitely a train wreck. 30th minute, 1-0, 1-0. That goal's really turning RSL around. They've had some good moments before the goal. They had more good moments before the goal. So, goal kick here for RSL. Leagues Cup Showcase was an absolute barn burner. Not a barn burner, but a backbreaker for Mexican teams. So, this week, the B lineup for Leagues Cup Showcase. 3 of the biggest teams, 3 of the biggest brands, or not even biggest brands, defending champions and 2 of the biggest brands in Liga MX have lost to teams that aren't as big as them. Nashville's good. They have been good. But then you look at Cincy and Real Salt Lake. Well, the defending champions losing to Real Salt Lake, defending bicampeones for that matter, and Cincy beating Chivas. How does Nashville against America, though? You think they'd be overmatched, even with America sort of rotating their team? They weren't. I say 2-2. 2-2. Draw. Really hope that RSL don't play like this when Galaxy play them next week. Oh, no, they'll fraud it up when a team's actually playing for something. I don't think this really says anything about RSL, especially since it's semi-rotated. They've been fraud since June. Atlas is just way worse than them right now. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Galaxy will be fine. Don't worry. And if I'm wrong, don't get mad at me. It's not my fault. I wish I had like a predictive model that I could blame things on if I get them wrong. Like Josh Pate, the JP poll. I'm not a math guy, so I love analytics, but I don't know how to do the math myself, so I can't create a predictive poll or how to code. I'm good at Microsoft Word. Like the best thing I could do is probably make it on Microsoft Excel and then use formulas and just add in results every week of like everything in CONCACAF. That'd probably be my best version. The CONCACAF poll. The Ryan poll. You ain't never seen a power rankings poll in MLS like college football style, but with a predictive model to it. But damn it, I'm going to try. 1-0 RSL or CONCACAF. 1-0, 1-0. Atlas is knocked out, but Pumas is still surviving. You have to win out, though. You have 2 matches. You have to win out to make the playoff. I saw that. I'm like, you still have a chance then. You got to win out, but it's 2 matches. Trust me, winning out is not the best thing to hope for. You just seen me go through it. But then again, it's probably easier with 2 matches than like 7. But that's just, Puebla, I think they could beat Puebla unless Josie Altidore goes full clutch Josie. But I don't see why he would hate Pumas, so I think he'll be fine. And Juarez, I think Pumas is better than Juarez talent-wise. They should show out. So I think they can win out as well. But maybe Josie has his clutch game against Pumas and shoots them down. Because Josie could have those. I mean, hell, he still did against Montreal last year, so Josie still got it. Sometimes. If we beat San Jose, we'll be in 5th place. That'd be pretty good. You should beat San Jose, though. You should be. If you don't, you have problems. And then you probably would lose to RSL. 34th minute. Atlas is knocking on the door. We got a Raising Cane's here in Portland. Nice. Raising Cane's is a great restaurant. It's great. I'm glad you have a Raising Cane's. It's great. It's amazing. It's amazing. You'll love it. I hope Atlas keeps this poor performance for 2023 CCL. Tigres should win it comfortably. Yeah, right now, for me, Tigres are the favorite. Right now. But there are MLS teams that could beat Tigres. I definitely think there's some MLS teams that could challenge. It's not cut and dry like 2020 should have been or was. You could lose to an MLS team, Philly, LAFC, you could. Wouldn't it be funny if we got a 2020 rematch in the final of 2023? Except Bobby Bacala isn't there. Steve Cherundolo and Mark DeSantos. Atlas just came to Yankee Stadium last week and got smashed. This is no different. 36 minute. Do you think that South Korea's home field advantage for their game against Costa Rica tomorrow will be a big contributing factor in the game? No. Because Costa Rica, the way they play, I don't think they're hurt by home field advantage or being on the away side of home field advantage. They play the same way, home or away. I don't think it really hurts Costa Rica at all. So I don't think it's really a big factor. Ricky Poo's just putting up David Beckham's numbers, and he's not a DP, but you got to keep him, though. If you don't. Red card. Red card. Red card for Justin Meram. RSL is down a man. Yeah, that's definitely violent conduct. He may not have meant it, but that's definitely violent conduct. He's off. Justin Meram is off. RSL's down a man. This game is a train wreck. Oh, my God. This game's a train wreck. Dear God. Yeah, true. No, I'm not an RSL fan. I'm just here talking about this match. I want them to win this match, but I'm not an RSL fan. I just cover all the CONCACAF. But I'm wearing RSL's colors, sort of, because I want RSL to win this match over Atlas. I want them to win tonight. So I guess tonight I am, but not. I don't hate RSL, and I really don't care. I'm not a fan of RSL, and I don't hate them. When it comes to covering them, I have no problem with them. You know, Bill Manning used to be there. I shouldn't have a problem with him. Carlson. Oh, what a save by Gomez. What a save. It's pretty damn good. Chick-fil-A, here's the thing about Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is more chicken strips. Chick-fil-A is more nuggets and sandwiches. You could have the best of both worlds. They're both great. But if you want nuggets or sandwiches, which, I mean, I don't like Chick-fil-A sandwiches, but the nuggets and the waffle fries, great. That's Chick-fil-A to me. Strips, that's Cane's. You could have both. Both are great. They do their own thing. Both are great. I don't think you really could compare them. It's sort of apples to oranges. They're both great. I love both. Probably stay in fourth place, but if we could face against Orlando, Inter Miami, or Cincinnati at either two stadiums, I think you win either of them. RSL got CONCACAF straight red for Meram. But it was violent conduct, though. I mean, I understand it. He may not have meant it, but violent conduct. You kind of... I see where the red card came from. I see where it came from. A lot of Euro snobs say we won't last in this league for Puig. Toronto. MLS is TFC, and for Liga MX, Pumas Unam. I have a soft spot for Pumas, but there are a couple of teams in Mexico that I respect. Atlas is not one of them. Tigres, I respect. Cruz Azul, I respect. Pumas, I respect. Leon, I think they're bottle jobs, but I respect. Atlas, no. America, no. I do not respect America or Atlas. But actually, at this point, I think I may hate Atlas more. I may just do that. I may just hate Atlas more. Their fans are overboard. Even after having a shit half season. We're still bicampeón. No. You're out of the playoffs. Thank you. Some people say I'm the best in CONCACAF. Some people do. And I like to agree. I think they've played their last match of the year at Yankee Stadium or Citi Field because Yankees and Mets are in MLB playoffs. And that's a goal! Goal! Zaldivar scores. It's 1-1. Oh my God, this is a train wreck. 1-1, Zaldivar, gol de Atlas. So here's the corner kick. Header by Zaldivar. Oh my God, that's horrible defending. No, So there's a header. It gets played on to Zaldivar. He's absolutely open. He's onside. Okay, that's just that's a hat flick. That's a hat flick on Gomez. Horrible save. Gives up the rebound. Yeah, that's a hat flick. 1-1. Zaldivar. Right there. Off the rebound. Edgar Zaldivar. 1-1. I think we just found the hat flick. I told you. I told you this game had a hat flick written all over it. In the 41st. I think they're talking to VAR. But that was a rebound. That's no offside. He scored. He scored. There's no VAR there. A rebound takes away the offside. A rebound takes away the offside. It went off the hand of... That's a goal. There's no offside. What are you looking at? Okay, nope, they've given it. They did give it. Yeah, you should have given it. Yeah, this game is a shit show. Hat flick. Tomas Gomez. Oh, hold on. That's a hat flick. Dear God. That's even... Well, no, Alex Bono would do that. I'm just glad he didn't. And now I say that he's going to do it next game. Not that it matters anymore. Not that it matters anymore. Yeah, I do. When he played for Leon. And then soon after he did the my other team is Mexico thing. Dear God, that was horrible. That's the period I like to call Wash Donovan. Before he became a manager. That was Wash Landon Donovan. Washed Landon Donovan. Tie game 1-1. Train wreck of a game. You're forgetting that they throw rock objects to Pumas' bus like fucking cavemen. Really? Damn. Seriously, Outlaws fans have gone off the deep end now that they've been good. And they're not getting the reality check either. RSL down a man gives away a goal. Not another tie on the Lord. I did say 1-1 draw, a 0-0 or 1-1 draw. I think I may be a little bit off there again, but I think we're definitely going to a penalty shootout. Or Outlaws wins 2-1 because they're playing a whole second half up a man. Unless they do something to screw themselves over. 44th minute. Heard it here first. Boom, boom, boom. Who should the Galaxy target for striker Liga MX when Chicho leaves? If this was a year ago, I would have said Cabecita. Not now. Alexi Vega. Yeah, he's more of a winger, but you could throw him up there. Or he could be sort of a second striker with Joveljic. I'd try it. He's a good goal scorer, so I think he could fit that mold. But Joveljic could be like the main striker, and then Vega could also play on the wing, but also be more of a goal-scoring winger under Vanny's system. So I don't think that's a bad idea per se. I think Alexis Vega could be the perfect signing for the Galaxy in that situation. And Joveljic is the main striker. Joveljic is the main striker. I think that could be a good signing, personally. Alexis Vega from Chivas. I think that could be a good signing. Imagine if Leon doesn't actually choke in CCL next year. If they make it, but Atlas does the Leon choke, I won't be mad about it. Mexico is my second team. Puebla's Josie Altidore. If US didn't make it, he'd probably be the one doing that this year. You're right. Ugh. Take Juan Dineno. You know, I wouldn't be mad about that now that we have Federico Bernardeschi, so... Yeah. Leon will probably beat Tigres 4-0 on aggregate, only get slapped up by Vancouver in the final. Oh, I would puke. I would puke. Like, I can't even see that being real. No, I can't even see that being real. Take Luis Quinones, please. They're saying that to Logan. I would absolutely love Juan Donano on the Timbers. I'd like to see that too, considering we got Federico Bernardeschi. So, do you think Real Salt Lake has a chance to win? I said they could win on penalties, but now that they're down a man and they have to play that way for the rest of the game for another half after like 15 minutes, could go wrong. It could be turned on its head. Alexi Vega swapped for Efrain Alvarez. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. Save there. And that should be the end of the first half. Yes, and maybe. And that's the end of the first half. 1-1, 1-1. Real Salt Lake took the lead off a banger of a goal by Aaron Herrera. And then a horrible rebound was put in Edgar Zaldivar's way, and that was a header goal and given. 1-1, 1-1 at halftime. I mean, I don't think so, but MLS could come out too with a lot of money. I'd actually have to have a pretty big transfer fee, though. Some teams aren't afraid of paying that. Donano in 2022 CCL was different gravy. He was so damn good, I wanted him in Toronto. That's how good he was. But then again, getting Bernardeschi wasn't the worst. Wasn't the worst situation either, so maybe I was definitely. It's on TUDNA and ESPN Plus. And if not, Buffstream.1 should be good. Is RSL playing well? They were up until about the 35th minute. Then Justin Meram got a red card, straight red card, got sent off. And then they allowed a goal in the 41st minute. It's 1-1. So, I mean, overall, the first half was good until they went down a man, I thought. And this game's been a train wreck, for sure. We'll see how the second half goes. We'll see how the first half goes. I said Vega. Alexi Vega. Vargas is 38 years old. Where'd you get that from? I'd say, with the way the game's going, I feel like something crazy is going to happen in the second half. Either Atlas gets sent down a man as well and they're back even after like the 50th minute and we go to penalties. Or I feel like Atlas are definitely going to turn this on its head in the second half. I'd say with the way the situation is now, the fact that it's 1-1, I say cash out. I think that's a smart play, personally. Right now, I think that's a smart play. With a red card, being down a man, RSL, I'd cash out. I think that would be a smart play. I think he would be, yes. Probably would have to be. Yeah. Transfer fee, yeah, he probably would have to be. He would be. Torneo de Leyendas. Interesting. Where's the Everclear? I mean, I don't need it. This is fun. I don't need it. This is fun. Ask me if Canada's losing tomorrow or TFC2 is losing on Saturday. Then maybe you'll get an answer. This is fun. Right now, this is fun. And New York's fine. That has been rumored for a good couple of years. It would be a smart decision if they're not going to raise the salary cap, but I don't know if it's true. But then you also have the youth players, like the youth initiative. You get a young DP as your third DP. You have 3 more spots for youth players that are over the cap. But you haven't really heard of those being used yet. which, or you only have one youth spot if you just use regular 3 DPs. Youth initiative, which is what Toronto used on Iowa. Not smart. Take Cabecita. Cabecita hasn't, he's been better recently, but he's still not Cruz Azul Cabecita. We'll see. But that being said, take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, be back, sit tight. Have some fun. Sit tight. Be back. For the second stats of the half, violent conduct, but Miram didn't really mean it per se, but he definitely had a tackle trying to get the ball, kicks his leg up at the chest and neck area of, perpendicularly, of course, to the defender. And it was violent conduct. I don't think he meant it, but that doesn't matter by the rules. Not a nasty challenge, but more violent conduct that he didn't mean, but it happens, and you got to take what comes your way from it. And NYCFC will win out, qualify for MLS Cup. That's 5 matches. I could see it. Yeah. Stats at the half, 35.3% possession to 65% possession, 5 shots to 9, 2 shots on goal to 4, 1 block shot to 1, 148 total passes to 276 total passes, 78% pass accuracy to 87% pass accuracy, 2 corners to 3, 4 crosses to 6, 0 offside to 1, 9 duels, 1 to 27, 1 tackle, 1 to 4, 3 saves to 1, 12 clearances to 4, 6 fouls to 6, 0 yellow cards to 0, and 1 red card to 0. Of course, it's a 1-1 draw so far. Herrera with a banger of a goal in the 17th minute, 41st minute, Zaldivar off the rebound. I can't say, even though the stats look like Atlas are the better team, I just don't see it. Atlas has definitely not shown out well in this game. It's been a train wreck of a match on both sides. Train wreck on both sides of the pitch. RSL has a goal. Atlas has a goal. Atlas definitely could have a better second half, but they're up a man, so there's that. But for me, and those stats didn't really just build up from being up a man for like 6 minutes. Maybe it does, but they didn't really even dominate those 6 minutes. Well, no. 30-something, 37, more like 8 minutes. Okay, maybe they did build up, but yeah, 1-1, uno. Of course, draw right now with the second half upcoming. I think Real Salt Lake pretty much just has to hold on for dear life and try to get to a penalty shootout. That's pretty much their best hope right now, frankly, I would say. Hopefully try to score a goal against the run of play, but I still don't think that'll be enough to win the match in the end. We'll see, though. But this game has definitely been a train wreck on both sides. It has not been great. It's been enjoyable, but it's definitely not been the best football. It's been enjoyable because it's a train wreck. It's like some you just can't look away from. But we'll see. Second half coming up, of course. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Let's get this one going. Henry Martin, yeah, I'd say he is the best striker in Liga MX right now. Problem is there's no way the Galaxy will get him. I don't think America would sell him. I think he's untouchable unless Europe comes calling. But even then, it's not that easy. But an MLS team comes calling, nah, he ain't going. He ain't getting sold. I think that's why he was asking. Toronto. They're sure Herc and Sebi from Monday. I would absolutely love Juan Donano on the Timbers if he's at that Champions League level. He would be that Brian Fernandez level we had before he fell off very quickly. Unfortunately, Nico Ibanez is a beast. Yeah, he's pretty good. Can't believe Pachuca are still that good right now. I thought they'd fall off. No, they're doing pretty good. Atlas were the ones that fell off. But Ibanez, I think, yeah, he's probably second best, though, striker. But definitely the Galaxy have a better chance of getting him than they do Henry Martin. I don't know if the chance is that great because Pachuca will be going to Champions League, and I don't think they want to go into Champions League without their best player if they're this close to getting in there with their best players. So you kind of have to look at it and say, nah. Cool that you want him, but no. Toronto's been brilliant this season in attack, but their defense has been a little disappointing. Any signings you prefer for Toronto? I believe we need a center mid. If Oso stays or goes, it's possibly that Osorio leaves. I would love to see Edward Atuesta come back to MLS to play under Bob Bradley if we're keeping Bob Bradley, which we are. I think Atuesta definitely could stabilize our midfield with K. They both played very well together when they were together on LAFC. I like Edward Atuesta. I still think he's a very good player. That's a signing I really want to see happen. Defensive-wise, if we have to replace Richie Larea, this probably is more of a summer signing. I would say Alan Moso to play on Larea's side of the pitch, and Crescito, of course, would stay on the other side. Caden Chung could definitely be a good backup. I think he is a good backup. I don't know if he's a good starter in that situation. Whether Larea leaves at the start of the season and has a great World Cup and gets sold on by Forrest, then you would have to go for Moza in the winter. But if it stays till the summer and you can't keep Richie after the summer, you would have to go for Alan Mozo. I'd like that signing. That's more, hopefully you have to break the glass at that point in the summer. But I would love that signing in the end. Goalkeeper, we need somebody. I would love to see Gigi Buffon, honestly. I think an old-ass Gigi Buffon would still do better than Alex Bono. Luca Gavran could be a good starter, but I really don't want to test that out. If there was a Italian goalkeeper that's sort of not getting any respect, yeah, he's on loan from Forest. Larea's on loan from Forest till next June. Unless he has a great World Cup and Forest sell him on. But he's not there permanently. Which sucks. Toronto could buy him back permanently, but don't sleep on Jaden Nelson too. Absolute baller. As a midfielder, Jaden Nelson's a good midfielder, but not a complete starter. Like if Altuesta wouldn't be in, or Oso wasn't in, or K wasn't in, I'm good with Nelson playing. But here's also the thing. Jacob Schaffelberg, if we do get him back, he could play midfield. He could play the position Nelson does as a sub or a backup. And I think Schaffelberg is better. Look at Nashville. When they started really just catching on fire, who was there? Jacob Schaffelberg got loaned there. He's the big reason that they've caught on fire. Let's hope Real Salt Lake put some batteries in their brains. Probably. Yeah, you'd hope so. I thought his loan came with a buy option. I think, yeah, it did. It's just more like it's after the loan. As in, he plays the whole year of the loan. Both halves of the season, the 2 seasons. And then we make the decision then. But if Forrest recall him from loan to sell him on because of a great World Cup, if they could do that, then the buy option, I think you have to see to the completion of the loan to have the buy option. Especially if Europe comes calling for a good World Cup and Forrest calls him back. Oh, here's RSL. They have a break here. They need to score this shot. Oh, my God. Axel Kai misses. Oh. Is that... Ooh, that's... hat flick. That's a hat flick. Oh, boy. Ugh. I mean, it was a tackle in there that sort of doesn't make it a hat flick, but oof. Nah, I can't say that's a hat flick. There was a tackle there. Where is the comment? The last time a Galaxy tried to get a Liga MX striker was Dario Benedetto of America. Yep. The one who absolutely single-handedly killed Montreal in the CONCACAF Champions League final that one time in 2015. Yeah, I remember him. Fondly, I remember him. I remember Dario Benedetto fondly. For obvious reasons. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal, go to hell. Beautiful. Here's a free kick for RSL. Could be worse than Bobby Bacala. I think Forrest sell Richie when and if they get relegated. Hey, if that's to Toronto, I'll be fine with it. I mean, shit, even if they didn't get relegated, I still think he could be back in Toronto if they don't sell him because of a great World Cup, or Europe doesn't really give him the time of day because of a great World Cup. But selfishly, I'm sort of hoping that Europe doesn't give Larea the time of day if he has a great World Cup. I still want him to have a great World Cup, and I know he'll have a great World Cup. But I selfishly don't want Europe to give him the time of day because I want him to stay in Toronto. He should have never left in the first place. But if we have to go for Alan Moso as a replacement, I'm fine with that as well. And Benedetto would have made you better, but you couldn't get him. Not repeat besides not acting like Seattle. Don't forget injuries are bad. We got 1 and 2 trophy Daniel. I'll be fine. First until off season. Yes, Real Salt Lake got a red card. Justin Miram in the 36th minute. Red card, violent conduct. Brings his leg up to try to receive the ball perpendicular at the chest and neck area of Atlas player. Shot, save! But he did get a red card, and Real Salt Lake's been down a man since the late first half. Yes, straight red for Miram. Yes. There goes my bet. Damn. I mean, still cash out, can you? Or is where you're betting not working that way? I mean, I would cash out if I were you, if I could. Save! What a save! What a save from RSL. Do you think Johnny Cardoso will have a great showing in the USMNT's upcoming friendlies? I think he will. I have a good respect for Johnny Cardoso. I think he could play well. I think he's a good player. And yes, I think he'll have a good showing. Yes. Good opportunity for Outlast. Justin Miram, true legend. Never liked him. You never liked. So basically, I don't like Michael Bradley. Okay, cool. I'm not the only one who doesn't like a team's legend. They blocked the cash out feature for me as well. Oh. Well, sit tight and clench your cheeks. It's going to be a good 45 minutes and a penalty shootout. Well, actually, no. If it goes to a penalty shootout, your bet might be you won't win your bet anyway, but it's time to clinch. Fade them all. Tomas Gomez gets a yellow card. Thank you. But they could come back. We'll see. Thoughts on Ali Bedoya getting a 1-year contract extension for Philly? Ali Bedoya is a wonderful footballer, and I think he doesn't get enough respect throughout the league for what he's done for Philly and the impact he's had on this league, Ali Bedoya. So the fact he gets to stay for Philly, stay with the Philly Union, he's the face of that team. He should be there. So having another year for Ali Bedoya to be at Philly as their captain, I think it just feels right. And he still has it. He still has a lot of gas left in the tank. So he deserves more respect throughout the greater league scene. I don't think people give it to him that he should have. And he's a very good player. And I'm happy that the face of the union, or one of the faces of the union of the Jim Curtin, Ernst Tanner era, is still there. St. Louis Cardinals are probably going to face the Mets in the first round of the playoffs. Cardinals are the third best division winner. They're going to the wild card round and playing the Padres. But maybe that leads to the Mets in the division series if the Cardinals win. Okay, you got a point. That's probably what you're saying. I think. Cardinals haven't really played well against the Padres, though. At least it'll be at Busch, though. That series will be at Busch, the wild card series. So that's good. Maybe that changes something. Bedoya is a very underrated MLS legend. This is true, yes. I'm from Malaysia, so I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch MLS games. Good and interesting league, but I've noticed a pattern. Why does the home team win most of the time? Because MLS has a way more pronounced home field advantage. When you play in the traveling distance in the country, it's a lot of traveling, whether you're on charter flights or civilian flights. And they only get 3 charter flights. Maybe it's better now in the new CBA, but they only get 3 charters a year. So it's the traveling. Plus, that really makes a home field advantage more pronounced because you're traveling a long distance or longer distances over a 34-week season. Half of those weeks you're traveling and about what? 15, 16, 17 weeks out of the 34. That's going to add up the way you have to travel across the country. And then if you add CCL, that's more travel. And you add Leagues Cup, that's more travel. And you add friendlies, that's even more travel. Some of the teams that are a lot more ambitious definitely have to travel a lot more. But even a lot of teams have to travel a lot in this league. They don't do civilization flights anymore. I guess COVID changed that. Okay, so it's not regular. They're all charters, I guess. But still, that's a lot of travel, even if you're on charters every week or every away match. I said it may have changed. So it's all about the travel. America's a big country, and Canada as well. North America's big. It's a lot bigger than Europe or a lot bigger than England or any other domestic league. You don't have to travel that much. You take a whole year of travel of a Premier League team, even with cups, it probably doesn't match what the best MLS team did. Or at least it's not very – it may be close, but it's not – it's all about the travel, I think, personally. I think that's what really makes the league more of a home field advantage league. Plus, there's a lot of teams who have a really good atmosphere at their home stadium. But if you add the travel with a lot of teams, scenes, and energy, it doesn't end well for an away team. Tomorrow, Canada versus Qatar, 12 Central, 11 Eastern. Let's hope the home side wins here, Liverpool, England. I don't know if you're a blue or a red, so I won't say. But thoughts on Taxi Fontas allegedly using a racial slur to Inter Miami defender Damian Lowe. Taxi Fontas, that was off the line. Definitely, it's absolutely wrong what he did. Whether he did it because there's a language barrier or he just did it because he used it and thought there was no problem with it. Either way, it's bad. And it's bad. It also sucks because DC, their best player, lost their head and used a slur. It hurts everybody in that situation. Fontas probably just ruined his career in MLS. He was wrong off the line. Shouldn't have used it anyway. DC just lost their best player. It's a shit situation everywhere. An absolute shit situation everywhere. Sub here for Marquez. Rodriguez is on for Atlas. Sub for Atlas. Rodriguez over or in for Marquez. Still 1-1. You're a red. Okay. You'll never walk alone. Ale, ale, ale. Come on, you Reds. Yes. Yes. The good side of Liverpool. Love it. No, the game's not over. It's the 59th minute or 58th minute. Well, I mean, Inter Miami said they were going to walk off if Fontas wasn't sent off or subbed. So Rudy did what he had to do. I'm surprised Fontas didn't get sent off. You would think MLS would be like, probably should send him off. Especially if Miami, what makes me believe that he definitely went there, is the fact that Miami said, we're walking off. You don't take him off or get him sent off. And Rooney did what he had to do, but I think Fountas should have been sent off. I think so, personally. But that's just me. Agree with that. Agreed. '59th minute. Pass back. Ooh, that's not a great pass back. Not great. Not great at all. What should happen for next season? For me, I'm not the arbiter of punishment, but Fountas should at least be suspended for half the season, if not more. I'd say at least 3/4, maybe the whole damn season, but he should be severely punished throughout next season and not make another appearance this season. Axel Kai going forward. Has a chance in through. What a save. What a save. Clean through and puts it straight at the keeper, but what a save by Hernandez there. Axel Kai, the 16-year-old? 16, 17? When he made his debut, 2020. Almost. He's almost 17, yeah. Big save there, though. '61st minute. How you get that clean through? Not a bad run, but Atlas, RSL's really trying to pull it. Definitely replace any ability striker. That's true. Fragapane did this to Chara last year. Fragapane's a piece of shit. He should have been punished. Yeah, that's the bad part about MLS. They, as you can see, they didn't give a red card to Fountas. Fragapane didn't get any punishment. They got to do better. They legitimately have to do better. And that's the sad part. Everybody knows what should happen and what MLS should do, but MLS won't do it. Gennaro on for Brody. For RSL, 62nd minute. Kai making another run. Axel Kai's been good since he came on. There's a free kick there. Do MLS teams get relegated? What happens to the bottom table clubs? There's no relegation in MLS. The worst team in the league gets a top draft pick. There's a super draft in MLS. There's no relegation. It's like the NFL. You finish bottom of the league. Well, the bottom of the league gets the second best pick this year. STL, St. Louis, gets the first pick because they're expansion. But I agree with that. Definitely. Mike the pitch is all I'm going to say. Cross in here. Header. Clear. Plays through. But for a league who went the hardest during MLS's back and during the quarantine period, you think they'd be the hardest on these situations, but they're not. So what is it, MLS? Are you saying what you don't believe in just to make sure you don't lose an audience? Or what is it? Who's a good striker for replacement for DC? Well, I mean, at least they have... Damn it, what's his name? He used to play for Liverpool. What's his name? Slipped me. I mean, he's a striker. Liverpool and Crystal Palace slipped me. Or are you saying buying a second striker? I mean, We'll give them Io Akinola. I mean, he's useless, but I mean, Io's useless. I mean, we'll go full Dwayne DeRosario and give him to DC. He'll find a way to get good again. Don't worry. Benteke, there we go. Yeah, Benteke. I mean, he's there. I guess you're saying second striker, but Benteke would probably be starting. Unless you're saying he's being up there with a second striker. Rooney could use his influence to sign some players from the PL. I mean, he already has with Ravel and Benteke. He's already done it. So he got Ravel Morrison and he's got Benteke back in the summer. So, I mean, hell, you can play Ravel up there. Can't get worse, can it? Header. Missed by RSL. Can't get worse. I agree with that. Yep. I'm sure he will be released at the end of the season if he's not. And even then, he'll probably come with a suspension. So if he ever does somehow come back to MLS, he won't. He still pays for for the incident. 65th minute. 1-1. Like, I could totally see England fans. I want to make a bet with you guys. If the USMNT beats you guys in the World Cup, you must call football soccer for the rest of the tournament. Honestly, that's not a bad bet. How are the PL players doing in MLS? Ravel Morrison's had his moments, and Benteke's had some good moments as well. I'll give Gareth Bale a PL. I'll say he's a PL player because he's had history with Tottenham. Gareth Bale, he's actually not been that great. It just, instead of Wales Golf Madrid, it's become Wales Golf LAFC. He ain't been good at all. Gareth Bale legitimately doesn't give a crap about club football anymore, doesn't he? He just wants to get to the World Cup. And he's been so bad in MLS. He's actually made LAFC worse. And he still goes to Wales. They don't care. And he'll somehow still have a great World Cup. Trust me, it's going to be crazy. Gareth Bale is still going to somehow have a good World Cup. Just like he did the Euros. He'll find a way. Don't ask me how. He'll find a way. Ball cleared out, 67th minute. He legitimately doesn't care about club football anymore. Legitimately. Benteke was... I don't know if he wasn't the greatest at Liverpool. Definitely when Klopp got there, he fell off. He's made him worse, yep. As in Bale. I wouldn't be shocked, though, speaking of Wayne Rooney using his influence to get PL players over to MLS, I could totally see James Milner going to DC now. I don't know how good of friends James Milner and Wayne Rooney are, but they're sort of in that same era of English wonder kid player. Former English wonder kid player. And I really think James Milner could do a job in MLS. I like James Milner, so I don't know how good of friends they are, but you would think, like, that would totally make sense. Could probably still play 3 or 4 years in MLS. U.S. men's national team. That's the USMNT is just the abbreviation for it. Abbreviated, I guess. 68th minute. I'd love to see Milner there, honestly. That's kind of a troll job, isn't it? Because Gareth Bale's like, no, I don't speak Spanish in Madrid, but now he's in LA. He speaks Spanish with his LAFC teammates. This man legitimately just trolled the Madrid journos. He legitimately did that. Now, I find that hilarious. And I like Real Madrid. I find it hilarious. This man straight up trolled the Madrid journos and the Madrid fans. He's like, sure. Busquets is going to Miami. I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move. That could definitely shore up that midfield with Gregory and Pozuelo. I don't hate it in the summer. I don't hate it for Miami. I don't hate it. Shot past the post. 69th minute. That'll be out for a throw. Bale trolled them. That's hilarious. Yeah. We shouldn't treat MLS like a retirement home. Instead, sign some new stars like Miguel Almiron from Atlanta. Yes. Plays for Newcastle now. I like that. And I don't think MLS is a retirement home anymore. I think they still want stars, but they also do sign younger players. I mean, look at Atlanta. They still sign younger players as time goes on. So, what's your prediction for Super Classico in Atlanta? Club America 3-1. They'll play better than they did this midweek for sure. Now, RSL's got to make the playoffs, boy, I believe. I mean, hey, if this turns RSL on and gets them 2 wins and they stop frauding it up and they make a playoff run, maybe that believe hashtag means more than I think. Almada and Aruju are amazing. I agree. Almada and Aruju are some of the best players in MLS. As I said, Atlanta loves finding those South American players, and they finally hit again with Aruju and Almada. So, LA Galaxy is going to be a tough game. I think LA wins, personally. Yes. And if the Sounders don't have a good run over the last couple of games, which you can never count out the Sounders until they're dead. I think you know that, though. Because it'll be the first. If they miss the playoffs, this will be the first time they ever miss the playoffs, the Seattle Sounders. You could never count them out. Never. Until the final whistle blows. You could never count them out. Trust me. I know. And that's a goal. Goal! Atlas! 2-1. Atlas finally strike. Martinez. Ball crossed in. Makes the run into the box. No defense and off the post, and the rebound is potted away. Shot hits the post. The rebound would be potted away. Nothing Gomez could do. And that's a horrible defensive mistake by Real Salt Lake once again. 2 rebounds Gomez has led up. Lucas Rodriguez scores the goal. Uno a dos for Atlas in the 72nd. Gomez honestly threw this game away. 2 bad rebounds. That's on him. Legitimately. Ugh. See you again. See you soon. Blanco owns RSL. Wait till the playoffs before you say that. If you play them. 73rd minute. RSL plays through. And that's a horrible pass. Plays in. Good cross. Saved. 73rd minute. Yep. Train wreck for RSL. My 1.5 green. I think that's French. Yeah, I'll wait. Just a friendly reminder. Hey, I understand it. Just like the Pozuelo is in Sean Johnson's head, red and free. For me, right, if you're talking about tonight, I'm a big fan of Bodie Hidalgo, but in all comps the whole season, Zach McMath has been a pretty good goalkeeper, but Savarino, I think that's probably the obvious choice, but I think that's also the right choice. McMath or Savarino probably, but I think that's where you have to go for it. I think that's personally where you have to go for it. But right now, tonight, best player on RSL tonight in this rotated side, either Bodie Hidalgo or Axel Kai. Rubio Rubin is underrated, the Guatemalan star. I agree, but last year was a lot better for Rubin than it was this year. Last year's Rubin would definitely be in that conversation, but this year's, there's always down years. I think he could pop back up. I'm not worried about him per se in that situation. I'm sure he'll pop back up, but right now, yeah, that's true. But early in the season, before RSL started frauding it up, you wouldn't even think Zach McMath would be that good for half a season. So I'll give him his plaudits for those that first half. Fair enough. 75th minute. '75th minute. At least Aaron Herrera had that great goal in this game. Rubin isn't looking good this year. We just got to see. I hope he pops back up next year, but we're in the playoffs. You could always change the narrative about your season in the playoffs if you make the playoffs. You could always do that. He has that possibility. So, 77th minute, 76th minute. Atlas, up a man, trying to ride this out, or not even ride this out, trying to score another goal to end it. That's a free kick. Silva gives it up. Cross in. But speaking of trying to figure out that power ranking poll of all teams in CONCACAF, I think personally I would start with like 2,000 points, per team, like as a baseline. And every game a team loses, they lose 10 points on their ranking. They gain 10 points on their ranking if they win a game. And then as many goals as they lose by, they also lose a single point per goal margin, or win by, they gain a point. So if you win by 3 points, you get 13 points for a win. If you draw, you gain as many points. You gain 5 points for a draw, and then you gain 5 points. Just gain 5 points for a draw. If you earned a draw from behind, you gain 5 points. You lose 3 points for a draw, if you blew a lead. To earn win, you blew a win and went down to a draw, you lose 3 points. So if you've earned a draw, you get 5. If you lose 10 points in your ranking, and you lose as many points plus that 10 of how many goals you lost by. I think that's a good ranking system. That's all comps for every team in every country in CONCACAF. And that power rates everybody. And I'll do that from the start of 2022 to the end of 2022, and I could do that for both national teams and club teams as a power rating poll. Now I'm all together. Rusnak has done shit with Seattle. I love it. He sucked as a holding mid. I agree with that. I feel like Costa Rica is going to beat South Korea tomorrow, and USMNT is going to beat Japan tomorrow. I could see South Korea losing to Costa Rica, but I don't see USMNT beating Japan. It'll at least be a draw. Shot past the post. Who's the worst player on RSL? For me, I think that's got to be, well, that depends. For me, I don't know. I think I just got to pick on Beasler, frankly. 80th minute. But yeah, Rusnak hasn't done well for Seattle. I don't think he's, especially replacing João Paulo, I don't think he's done well. I thought he was more of a forward anyway. The fact he's playing holding mid doesn't probably play to his strengths, but hey. I think RSL losing him, they may have just dodged a bullet. Probably. Cervantes is coming on. For Atlas, as well as Gomez. Aguirre for Gomez. Herrera off for Cervantes in the 82nd minute. '82nd minute, we got 6 minutes, or no, 8 minutes plus stoppage time to go. And Atlas have taken control in the second half. Of course they have. Shot past the post. Got it. Freaking gnat flying around. If Leon and TFC face each other right now, just be like this game. I agree with that. Yeah, it'd be a shit show. Hell, the freaking CCL match was a shit show. So yeah, this would be a shit show. Sebastian Blanco lives in Beaverton. Nice. As you said, that's probably the better area to live in Portland. Or stay in. 84th minute. So. Caldwell. 84th minute. October 1st and October 9th, the next games for RSL. TUDNA just wrong to use the wrong Portland Timbers logo. Are you kidding me? What the hell? You're still golfing. You know that, right? And Outlaws' last game of the season is against Necaxa. 85th minute. TFC versus Seattle, number 4, the golf course edition. See, I made fun of both our teams. There we go. Hey, ESPN did it yesterday with Chivas USA for the Cincinnati Chivas game. They used the Chivas USA logo, like on the Sports Center, throwing it over. So they screwed it up too. We've seen it twice this week. ESPN did it once and TUDNA did it once. So, just so you know. Just so you know. 85th minute. 2-1. 2-1 Atlas. I'm not shocked. Yeah, me either. TUDNA, actually, yes. But ESPN, no, I wasn't shocked. 86th minute. Game's almost over. Seems like RSL's given up. Seems like RSL's given up here. Do I blame them? No, I don't. I don't. Down a man. They haven't really played that well. It's been a complete train wreck. But MLS still won the showcase overall, so. It's disappointing that TUDNA will not live stream the World Cup as well as the 2026 World Cup. But NBC Universo and Telemundo will. That's what they have, the World Cup. Telemundo. The World Cup is going to be on Fox this year, yes. And Telemundo in Spanish. But that was the way it's been for God knows how long. I know it was in 2018 and the Women's World Cup in 2019, so at least it's been one cycle. And it's been on Fox since 2014, I think. I think ESPN still had it in 2010. 2014 was Fox, right? Plays forward. Header. 88th minute. ABC was 2006. ABC/ESPN, I guess, was 2006. Atlas is the only team that doesn't lose to MLS teams like Pumas, America, and Chivas. It took a red card and 2 bullshit deflections. Calm down. Calma. TUDNA is always losing streaming, or TUDNA losing streaming rights is always a great thing. I bought Peacock TV for a year, $20. Good deal for the World Cup and the Premier League. 6 minutes of stoppage time? No, they're calling off Zaldivar. I'm like, what? I also have it for the WWE Network, but it's a good deal for World Cup in Spanish, Premier League, and WWE Network. And they also have some good live channels too. Loop Country, Hell's Kitchen, all that. They got some good live channels. Abraham Bass is on. Ask Dominic Rich why doesn't he follow NYCFC. He couldn't give a reason other than the fact he's an EPL fan. I wonder why more Americans don't become MLS fans. Because some Americans are just Euro snobs. They don't want to root for their own league or support their local, which is stupid as all hell. But, you know, if that's what they want to do, that's their prerogative. Randy's here. Of course, starts to pipe up. Atlas hasn't won since May. And the day, I bet. These clowns decide to win. They should rerun some of those league games in Mexico. Yeah, keep talking. You do know NYCFC did beat your team, so don't forget that. Exactly. Last week, your team lost to NYCFC in a game that mattered more than this. This isn't even for a cup. It's a cash grab. You still lost a Moledo trophy, but this is a cash grab, and you're winning the cash grab. As I said, 2 bullshit deflections and a red card. Comma. 90th minute. Comma. Comma. Testa di cazzo. Three minutes of stoppage time, 2-1. I mean, have fun celebrating a win that don't matter at all. Couldn't win a cup match and couldn't win an extra match to get into the playoffs. You're up the creek without the paddle, but enjoy the consolation. How about that? Exactly. Exactly. You're up Shit's Creek without the paddle, and you just won a consolation game. Off 2 bullshit deflections and a red card. If that's what you want to celebrate, that's why Outlaws fans are starting to get hate. Even when you do get your ego checked. Came out of nowhere and you still got it. That's why Outlaws are better, way better against red card, and plus you're eliminated in Liga MX. Now get out your Metro card and get aboard the L train. You lose. Let's be honest, next year's Leagues Cup is the home field advantage for the MLS teams, so they're scared to play in Mexico. It seems like that doesn't really matter anymore because look at Seattle against Pumas, Toronto against Leon. MLS teams are not scared to play in Mexico. Mexico's just fine playing a tournament up here for money. They want money directivos. It ain't about MLS being yellow. Lots of us follow MLS for the same reason the Brits follow their local championship League 1 and League 2 teams. People can't seem to grasp that concept, though. Yeah, it's like, oh, support. It's like the Euro fans say, like, support your local, but when we actually support our local, they shit on us. When they're probably in freaking Walsall rooting for Man United, what are you doing? You ain't supporting your local. Come on now. Come on now. L train. 20 seconds to go. Free kick for RSL. If they score this, we could go to penalties. It isn't over yet. One last kick of the game to send this to a possible penalty or send this to a penalty shootout. Very good free kick. Axel Kai gets fouled. Free kick for RSL. Ortega gets a yellow. We got a free kick, or RSL has a free kick. They score this, they go to a penalty shootout. Plays it in, chip in, header over the bar. The last kick of the game, and that's full time. 2-1, 2-1 RS or Atlas. Full time. 1-2. 1-2 Atlas. They get it done. They find a way to win. Cheaply, but they still found a way to win. In a consolation match for their sake, pretty much. In a train wreck of a match, but they get it done anyway. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once subscribed, send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within an hour for the review. Get that up. And congratulations, Outlaws, on winning this match. Enjoy it, because you ain't going to the Ligia. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.